is coming. Cover your butt.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Longer and Harder with, we have Joy Villa today. How is everybody doing? Welcome everybody. Hey Guy the Incognito, hey Gio and Fino, and oh my goodness, we got a crowded room today. I know I saw Surf Purcell in there. How's it going? How's it going, Paranor? Hello everybody. Hey Billy. And A&A, how's everybody? I hope everybody has had, I hope everyone has had themselves a good weekend. This time it's actually a woman that he's being harder and longer with. I was gonna get there at some point, wasn't it? Hey Marco. Oh, hi buddy. Hi Hubsy. Hubsy wants to join us apparently. Yes, we have with us, we were going to talk a little bit more about Joy Villa. She is the actually rather lovely lady. Maybe not personality-wise, but the actual lovely lady that I did the video on yesterday. So we got a little bit to talk to her about. She actually, I really didn't get to cover everything that I want to talk about with that video, so that'll be good. Oh, buddy. Buddy, I wonder if everyone else can hear you purring. You gotta pick your times to sit, buddy. All right. So, oh, and Sai is going live too because, you know, let's have competing shows. You can watch the whole show. You can't. School starts at 1 a.m. That's pretty good. That's pretty nice and late. I like that. I hopefully will maybe be able to finish today because there is a little bit more. I might skip that beginning section, but we'll get there. Sai Strike is streaming right now, so don't go watch him. Go watch his video later though. He does have great videos, but go watch his later. Not right now. We gotta get that schedule stuck together. So he'll probably show up after his stream. He'll probably show up in here. He does that every once in a while. All right, so before we get started on the video, let's do some housekeeping. Oh, I gotta do this the right way. I'm being all not professional today. Housekeeping. I'm gonna go make a stream too, just to be a dick. I wonder if you'll have a bunch of AIU fanboys jumping in stream after the comments section of the quickie. I wouldn't doubt it. I was actually did I have fun with my wife? Yes. Actually, no. Today was less of a fun day. Today was more of a we had to get a lot of chores done today. Today was more of that. It was I had to go grocery shopping and get all that adult stuff taken care of. So today was less fun. Yesterday was fun though. Yesterday was a great day. We went and got some wine, some popcorn, watched Shaun of the Dead. It was a good day yesterday. I went to a new Chinese place that we've never been to before. So yesterday was fun. Today, not so much. I do think, though, Micro, I agree with Gio that if you ever do make a stream, it does have to be called Micro and Soft. I think that would be extremely appropriate and awesome. New Chinese place. How was the fried cat? I didn't quite see that on the menu, but I'm pretty sure that that's what the chicken was coded for that. All right. So, beef. Let's housekeeping for today. We've got first part is, and thank you for everybody, because it is thanks to you that we have achieved our first goal, which was to get upgraded software, video editing software. So that was absolutely awesome. We hit that goal. So we do have brand new video editing software. I didn't quite get to use it on the quickie. I will get to use it on the next video that I make. I'm not sure if it'll make much of a difference for quickies, but it'll probably make a difference for the other one. For my regular videos, it should make a difference. But we have achieved that thanks to all the help from Super Chat donations. Micro is very generous. Sigma, there's a few other people, very generous people who chipped in on the super chat. Patrons also helped out. Thank you to my 2 patrons for doing that, and then ad revenue. So all of that together, we have made it to an upgraded software. So it's the same software, it's just the newest update, because it's a paid upgrade. So it's the newest upgrade. So I think before I was using ScreenFlow 5, and now I'm on ScreenFlow 7. So I'm just an idiot with money. It was helpful, Micro, so thank you. When is the next long video going to be? That is, I'm going to talk about that here in a second, because that's also part of the housekeeping. So, and I should test this. Nightbot should be here. He should be around. That's, sorry, next housekeeping. So, moderators can test that with commands and see if he's around. Nightbot should be around, which means that there is another word this week. There's another hidden word. Hopefully Nightbot's around. Maybe he's not. There he is. Look at that. So, Nightbot's around. There's a new hidden word. I've made it so that the moderators can participate. So, moderators, feel free to participate. And the word has to do with yesterday's video. So, that's going to be your first hint. So, yeah, everyone can play today, except for me, which is fine. So I set it so that the only person who's excluded from this is the owner. So that's me. So, single word, that's all you guys. Winner gets, you know, the internet points. So that's the announcement for that one. Next thing on our housekeeping list is, so I've had a lot of people hand egg. What's a hand egg, Micro? Oh, hashtag, oh, yes. Oh, yes. Geo discovered some of the commands. There is a dumb fuck. We'll get to that. Oh my goodness, so many announcements to make. I have a long list of announcements today. Hand egg is a true shape of American football. I get it. Oh, okay. So, other quick announcement is we have, I've been getting a lot of people talking to me more now than ever. So people who have been sending me messages on YouTube. Hobbsy, what is wrong? Oh, other cat. My other cat stole Hobbs's box, and now he's upset. And now they're fighting. So that's lovely. People have been sending me messages on YouTube, and they've been leaving me posts on the channel discussion and stuff like that. And I wanted to say that if you want to send me stuff, while you can send me stuff doing that, it's probably better for you to send me Twitter stuff. So send me things on Twitter. Yeah, hashtag Civil War with these two. So send me things on Twitter, because I actually see those. I don't necessarily see messages or discussions, because I get a lot of comments in a day, and I get a lot of notifications from YouTube, is what I'm saying. Like, a lot of notifications. So things get lost in the fray, and I don't want to lose these things that get sent to me. So you don't have to follow me on Twitter, but follow me on Twitter. You know, follow me on Twitter and send me links and stuff that way, rather than messages and other stuff, because it'll probably get lost, and I'm really sorry if I don't answer. It's just that I seriously get, because I comment on things all over the place, I have so many goddamn notifications. So there's that. And then, because this one actually has to do with when is my next video. Do I play any instruments? No, I am quite incompetent in instrument playing. So about the next long video. So I mentioned last week that I was having some job stuff going on. So I'm gonna talk about that real quick. Is I have the way my job has worked over the last like 6 months is that I've been a salary employee, and I get sort of paid. I get paid a full-time salary regardless of how many hours I worked, and because of because the person who's supposed to schedule my hours wasn't doing a particularly good job at it, I didn't have a lot of hours, so I had a lot of free time, and I didn't have to worry about money, which was great and fun. Except that I was bored a lot, but it let me have a lot of time to work on videos and things like that. That is changing. So I am now going from a salary position to an hourly position, which means that I actually have to work a lot now just to maintain, you know, how much money I need to survive. So that means that I have less free time. That doesn't mean less R&D content. That's not what that means, because when I first started doing this, I was kind of in a lot of hours time and I could manage it. So I think I can manage it. But there might be bigger gaps between longer videos and quickies, mostly because quickies really don't take me a whole lot of time. Between writing a script and recording are really the two big ones, and I can get that done in any like 2 or 3 hours for a quickie, depending on how much research I have to do. They don't take very long. My regular long videos, those can take a really long time, especially now that I'm doing all the fancy animation and stuff. So those might have to be done. For me to get them done, I might have to spread out how I work on them. So just as a heads up, there just might be... Oh, there's Nightbot. Yeah, Nightbot doesn't like emotes. I don't listen to Micro. Micro can get away with it, but I don't think anyone else can. So yeah, just so you know, I'm gonna try my best to do that. Yeah, see, I warned you guys. That I'm gonna try. That there might be bigger gaps between quickies and longer videos, but I'm gonna try to still keep it at whatever 3 quickies and then a regular video. And then streams will still happen, because streams are pretty easy to do. Oh my goodness, look at this. Half the chat is missing. Oh, it's also not showing up. Oh, okay. On the bright side, you guys don't look like you're actually getting redacted on the stream end, so it doesn't matter what you say, the stream will still show up your right chat. Nightbot is a bot. He's mostly here to keep me entertained. That's mostly his job. Nothing else really. Cuz he gives me a good laugh. So yeah, that's that for job stuff, which was kind of one of the big ones. GeoStrubber wants to, okay, because Geo keeps posting this, I should talk about this. This will come up in a little bit. Have you played Crash Bandicoot on PS2? I hate Crash Bandicoot. I'm gonna just come out and say how much I dislike that game. I'm really not a fan of Crash Bandicoot. Sorry. I just not. I'll talk about why not in a second. Let me get this announcement out of the way. So, in case you haven't noticed, and GeoStrubber is kind of spamming it at the moment, we have Dumbfuck of the Year is happening right now. So, right now is when we go out and vote on Dumbfuck of the Year. And, so, the way this works, the way voting works is that, I don't know, because Red kind of just... I think he goes off of how many upvotes and downvotes a video has with that person. I am putting my hedging on Anthony Riley. Anthony Riley deserves the Dumbfuck of the Year award for all of his shenanigans this year. So, as you can see, don't forget, Nightbot will remind you, and probably so will Geo. Click on the link that Nightbot is sending and go vote for Anthony Riley. That is my plug to go vote for Anthony Riley right now, is to click on that video, just hit the up and down on whatever. So upvote or downvote. It actually doesn't matter if it's an upvote or downvote, as long as it's a vote. So he just counts all the votes that happen. If you have sock accounts, go use them. Go tell all your friends, but I am pushing for Anthony Riley to win this year's Dumbfuck of the Year award, so click on the link that Nightbot will provide you and go check it out. Go give that go vote for him. So that's my plug for Anthony Riley. Red is such a bitch sometimes. Yeah, there's a lot of push for Tom. Is it Tom Hull? Yeah. Steve McRae has kind of a point too, with Tommy being more dangerous with the cancer nonsense. I mean, yeah, but this isn't the most dangerous person award. This is the Dumbfuck award. And you can vote for multiple people. I don't want you to, but you can. So if you want to go vote for Tom Hall and you want to go vote for Anthony Riley. There's no rules stopping you. Paranor seems to be bored. R&D. He still keeps fighting flame wars under the quickie. I sort of read the comments a little bit. I kind of took an internet break yesterday. Not just partially because I knew my video was coming out and I didn't want to deal with the comments, but also, and it actually didn't do as bad as I thought it would. But also because I've been kind of getting into a lot of fights with people on the internet this week, and I was just like absolutely just exhausted of arguing with people, so I took an internet break. What do you do in an internet break? I just turned off my phone and my computer and I just went and did stuff. I just went and did normal human stuff without my phone, pretty much. At some point I need a break from all of this as well. So I took one yesterday, and I didn't look at my phone. I didn't have my computer on, and I'm slowly reading through some of the comments section in my video, and they're kind of hilarious. Normal human stuff. I know you you don't know what normal human stuff is, Micro. Yeah, everyone, go get Riley to vote. So I don't know, Nightbot should be showing up like every few minutes to remind you all. I don't know why he's not. He's being a bit of a jerk at the moment, but so yeah, go vote for Anthony Riley, everybody. So yeah, I was actually surprised at how well the video did. I expected it to be a much more angry, like I usually, when I put sort of more political videos out, people tend to really downvote the shit out of it, and I was actually happy it didn't seem to go that way this time. It seemed to stay pretty not angry at me. There were a couple, but you know, pretty good. So I'm happy with that. So do you think I could get Riley to vote for himself? Just send him the link. Just don't tell him what it is, and just send him the link. I think he will. But please go do that. Gosh dang it, stop having your video opposite of Strike. I know, I told Slice Strike that we needed to not do this. I might have to do something about that, because I have had other people ask about starting the stream a little earlier, and I've had enough people that it's actually trying to, it might actually be something that happens, so I could push it back. Oh, sorry, I could push it 1 hour earlier. So if I get enough people to say, or later, could I do it later? So it started at 5 for me, which would end me at around dinner for me. I could potentially do that one. So I could do an hour earlier or an hour later. So the problem with an hour later is that it's gonna screw up people like Micro and Geo and Fino, who sort of have to try to watch this stuff, even though they're really you know, yeah, earlier works better for them. So earlier I think might work better. Not me. Micro doesn't care. So we'll see. So those are our options. If people put the stuff in the chat or in the comments section, if you want earlier or later, if I get enough interest, I'll talk to my wife about it. My wife kind of decides, holy bananas, it's Geist View. Holy shit, man, how's it going, Geist? Geist can probably not stream. Somebody ask Geist, because I'm not sure if you can. Can you actually stream, or are you just in the chat? But if you are earlier, yeah, okay, so we got some earlier, some votes for earlier, so that's cool. Yeah, we're so all right, so there's all that. What's next? We gotta do beer of the week. Boom. All right, so we got it's us derailing R&D. Yeah, that's pretty much all it is. Beer of the week, we have today a beer by Founders Brewing Company called Dark, Rich, and Sexy. And why are you, like, cut off there? I don't like that. Let's fix that. There we go. I don't know why it's cut off. By Founders Brewing Company in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We have talked about this in in the past. Sorry, this one brewing company, we've actually done another one of their beers. We did their Dirty Bastards. We did their Dirty Bastards once, and it was delicious beer. So this is a different beer, and this is from their label because is that one the brewery's own description? Yes, this is the brewery's own description, not mine. I am not fucking clever enough for this. So this is their description. Pours silky black with creamy tan head. The nose is sweet with strong chocolate and caramel malt presence. No absence of hops gives Founders Porter a full flavor you deserve and expect. Cozy like velvet. It's a lover, not a fighter. It's a very stupid thing. Lots of alcohol in this one, so this one might actually make a difference. So let's give it a taste. I'm not sure about that one. You can definitely taste the chocolate. Chocolatey is there. Like the chocolatey presence. I'm not sure about the caramel. Ooh, what is that? That is like a dark chocolate aftertaste. All right, it's maybe it's not very hoppy. Like this isn't like super hoppy. But you can definitely taste the hops. So it does have a little bit of that bitterness in the back of it. Sort of very close to what wouldn't expect from dark chocolate. So it does have that sort of dark chocolate feel to it. So that works. Oops, I turned off the wrong thing. So pretty good. I would recommend it. It's not bad. Your ethanol resistance this week. It is. It's 6.5 might have me on the ropes here. I am a very little dude. Like, I know Gio's called me fat in the past, but I'm not actually that fat, and I'm rather small dude. So I can only handle so much alcohol at once, but this is pretty good. All right, so you do have audio. Awesome. Great, it's great to see you. How's McMurdo doing for you? Oh, I didn't even look. Are you still in McMurdo, or are you all done? You did call me fat. How tall am I? I'm like 5'8", so I'm relatively short. I called you fatter than you sound. There's a difference. I can hear and chat. All right, awesome. That is so great. It's so good to see you, man. So today we have Prager U. I guess I should ask, do we want to skip the first bit and cheat a little bit and go to, because like my video kind of covered her first point and then she's got a whole second point afterwards, so we want to skip ahead to that first point and not rehash the same point over. 5'8" is short. It is short. It's very short in the States. It's for the States. It is. So, I got one vote for skipping, so that's good. My favorite is Sprecher cream soda, microbrewed with real vanilla beans. Oh, I've had them before. They are really delicious. And they're not as grossly sweet as I thought they would be. So it's this one's okay. It might be a little bit too hoppy for me. Maybe just a little bit. I might have to get used to it here. So I'm okay. I was in the Budweiser and know the term. Still not a fan though. Hard as hell to find. Is it? I found it. There's a lot of like. I found it at this place that was like one of those fancy vegetarian naturalistic food store places. It was pretty good. Yeah, being small can. I'm just short. I'm just kind of short. I don't weigh very much either. So I'm just over 6 feet. Wouldn't say I'm short. You're not short. I am. So, I mean, I'm like 4 inches shorter than you are. So I got one vote for skipping ahead, and I think that one vote is gonna win it for us. So Gorm Whole Foods. No, it wasn't It wasn't that. It was what's Bushel and Peck's in Beloit, Wisconsin. That's where we go. Bushel and Peck's. This was years ago when I lived in Wisconsin, so it's been a while. Micro, or not micro, Geo, those aren't bad units. How many meters? I don't know. Somebody do my my transition from meters to whatever's because I don't know what it is. There we go. This is more or less where we started. 6'1", 6'1". That's a, yeah. You guys are. I mean, you'd be taller than me. You'd be a good head taller than me. Good 5 inches. Yeah, so you're a good head taller than I am. I'm fairly short. For an American, I'm short. If I go to Mexico, I'm actually fairly tall, which is kind of fun. I love going to Mexico for that. Because whenever I go to Mexico, I get to how many liquid ounces are in an acre foot again? All right, I get your point, Mr. Fucking 1 cc is the same as weighs the weight of water. I'm just now hearing your question. Oh, you got a lot of lag, because this is like, I don't think anyone has this much lag. Case view. Well, that's what happens. It's still nice to see you. So, what was I going to say? Yeah, if I go to Mexico, I'm like a whole head taller than everyone else. Like, I'm good 4 or 5 inches taller than everyone else. So, I feel like a giant. It's actually really cool. So, I have fun when I go to Mexico. Because I'm a tall Mexican. Even if I'm a short American. So, that's fun. 1.58 meters. I have no idea what that is. I'm no good at meters. I really should be, but I'm no good. All right, so should we find out what more Miss Joy Joy Villa has to say? We're going to skip ahead. We're about halfway, so maybe we'll actually make it through a video for once. That'd be interesting.
Doing it.
Oh, did I hit? No? What is going on with you? And things aren't playing.
That sounds like it's a lot more deserving of a thank you than a screw you.
I know, kinky.
Now, problem 2. The protest is misdirected and self-defeating.
So I brought this up. I brought this up. Blue Lives Matter, Gio. So I brought this up in the video itself, which was that this woman entirely, and I think very deliberately, and Little Billy's in here to tell me that I shouldn't be saying that everyone deliberately lies, but I think very deliberately misrepresents the protest, and there's a lot of that. Blue Lives Matter, fuck the people. Is that she kept saying they're protesting the national anthem, which is very interesting. Like there's a lot of this wanting to change things so that it's not a protest about injustice. It's a protest about the national anthem, which is weird because I don't think anybody is actually trying to protest the national anthem, and nobody is protesting the national anthem. That's not like people aren't like fuck you national anthem. They're protesting injustice during the national anthem. And I don't know how to get that across. And people really get their panties in a twist about this. And maybe Geistview, when you get here, because I know you're retired military, right, Geistview? So maybe you can give us some insight into this, and maybe your opinion about this, because I've had varying opinions on this. Like a lot of my friends are retired military. That's just the people that I hang out with. It is okay to be white, Guy the Incognito. I entirely agree with you. It's entirely okay to be white. I don't subscribe to this whole idea about that being white makes you some horrible person, or that you should be ashamed of yourself or whatever. Like, none of that nonsense. I'll probably talk probably after this, but I've had a lot of friends who, like I said, are retired military or retired Air Force specifically. And they've been kind of all over the spectrum when it comes to this issues. I've had people yell at me over this issue. Retired Air Force yell at me over this, and I've had others pretty much say, I don't care. Like, they don't care. That's just like whatever, whatever works for you. Like, I'm not, and Alon will say, I'm not gonna do it. Like, I'm not gonna take a knee for me, but go ahead, and if you want to, I'm not gonna criticize you for it. You have every right to, and I'm gonna leave you alone about it. So I've had both of them be, be brought up to me. I once showed my face in one of Red's Rhetoric's hangouts, and everyone was surprised I'm blonde with blue eyes and white skin. Really? Well, there we go. I look because I look white. Well, that's good. I don't look very white. Geo and Micro, I think, have seen me, so they know how not white I am. I also have a beard. I look rather Middle Eastern, so that's kind of a thing. So there we go. Well, what else was I gonna say? So, oh yes, because this has happened a lot, and it happened a lot in this video, and it's happened a lot in sort of the other videos that I've done before on sort of politics, is that I am often called, very, very often called, a liberal cuck whenever I start talking about anything. I've been called racist and sexist and other things as well, but that one tends to be the one that I get called the most, is a liberal cock or a snowflake or whatever, right? I'm not a liberal, so I always find that funny. I'm also not a conservative, mind you, and I'm not a centrist. I don't identify as things. And I don't do that as sort of this fence-sitting asshole who's just like, you know, the right answer is somewhere in the middle. Like, not that at all. Is that I care more about issues than I care about how I identify myself. That to me is far more important, is specific issues, because there are specific issues where I don't agree with liberals, but I agree more with conservatives, and there are specific issues that I agree more with liberals than I do with conservatives. And if I sit there and I take a label, then then I open myself up to people being like, "You're such a hypocrite. You say you're a liberal, but you stand for this." Gun rights is a great example, because if I were to call myself a liberal, I actually do stand with conservatism, gun rights. Not that they should have them, but the fact that they do, and that things that we do to stop them is not okay. So, like, there was these people who, for example, you know, actively walk around with a gun in public just to sort of see what police will do. And I agree with them because they have that right. It's not like they already have it, so I don't think that right should be infringed upon because they have it. That doesn't mean that necessarily that I agree with that they should have it in the first place, but because they already do have it, we need to stop sort of trying to stop it without actually changing the laws in the first place. So, that's why I don't line myself up. So I don't call myself a liberal. I don't call myself a feminist. I don't call myself an anti-feminist. I don't call myself a social justice warrior, and I don't call myself an anti-social justice warrior. I don't take up any of these identities. The other problem that I see with taking up identities is that you start defending your identity rather than defending the whatever ideas are in front of you, and that's also kind of stupid. I think that you should be willing to abandon your identity if it doesn't line up with reality, or if it doesn't line up with your own personal beliefs. You should just be like, no, this is stupid. And you can't do that if you wrap yourself around this identity. So with that said, there's lots of things. So bye, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I see that you're leaving. I'm going to have to call it. The wind is causing our link to drop in and out. Well, thank you guys for stopping by. You seem to be in a desert now, not Antarctica, so that's cool. Thanks for stopping by, man. But yeah, both sides are fucked up in, in my meaning. Yeah, I mean, there's extremists sort of all over the place. There's a lot of silliness. There's honestly just so much silliness. Because people refuse to see why other people are right just because, or correct, I should say, not right. Why other people are correct just because they hold an opposing viewpoint, or a viewpoint that doesn't, not an opposing, like that. They align themselves with a certain group. So you'll see this a lot, especially with the anti-feminists and the feminist side, is they'll often talk at each other when they could agree on a whole lot, but they don't because they'd rather yell at each other. And that kind of pisses me off. Do I like hockey? I got asked by Billy. I don't know. I've only watched... I don't watch sports on TV. I think sports on TV are boring. I am not particularly entertained by sports on TV, any sport on TV, but I love going to sporting events. So, for example, I hate baseball. I think baseball is a stupid sport. But I love going to baseball games. Like, going to a baseball game is so much fun. I love it. Same thing with hockey. I think I would be bored to tears watching hockey on TV, but I love going to hockey games, and I've gotten a chance to go to quite a few of them, especially little, like, minor, I don't know, do you have minor league? You know, little base, or hockey teams, like local hockey teams. I've gotten to go to a lot of them, and they're fun. They're silly. I've gotten to sit like right at the. A friend of mine had VIP tickets, so we got to sit like right at the front, and right next to the goal. So you know, guys were being smashed face first into the whatever, the shielding, and then they'd have all, you know, in between things or rounds or whatever, they'd have all the girls come out and shave the ice or whatever in their little skirts and all that. And it was fun, right? Like, that kind of shit is fun. I'm not even going to say it's not. It's hilariously fun. Same thing with baseball games. Like, I love going to baseball games because they're silly as hell. Especially, like, I've been to a lot of minor league baseball games in the States. And that's like, they have the mascot races or whatever, where they like, you have kids in costumes racing each other, and they drive like a truck on the field, and you're supposed to throw a ball at it. It's a bunch of just hilarious shit. And that kind of stuff is fun. Like, I love doing it live. I don't like watching it on TV. So I hope that answers your question on hockey. Psychological need for group identity and belonging together, a need for certainty and meaning. There's a strong impulse in human beings to define ourselves, whatever you choose. It is very true. It is very, very true, Guy the Incognito. That's why I don't personally try to identify myself. It really is, to me, it really doesn't help matters to identify yourself. I think it's much better to just let it be. Yeah, go vote for Riley, guys. That's my that's my reminder to go vote for Riley. There's supposed to be, Nightbot's supposed to be taking care of that. I don't know why Nightbot is not working right now. Yeah, you guys still haven't guessed the word. I was about to bring that up. There's still a word here. And it's something that we've been talking about right now a lot of. So, you know, just another hint. So it's got to do with this video, and we've been kind of hinting at it right now. Black. Good guesses. So yeah, there's a word in there somewhere. Kneeing. I'm not sure. Is kneeing a word? So yeah. There we go. We're gonna figure this word out in no time. We haven't really been talking about privilege. But yeah, so yes, what were we talking about? Oh, this thing, cuck. Fisting. Where did that come? Okay, Micro, you are just like, is it the N-word? It's not the N-word, Bob. Micro, I just said it wasn't that. Titwank, jeez Louise. There is also a sense of vulnerability, insecurity, and an insecurity caused by our insignificance in the face of the world. As a result, we need to bolster a sense of self to strengthen our identity. Very, very true. All right, so I'm gonna let you all figure out the word. We're gonna move on with the video here a little bit. Am I clicking on the right spots? I'm not.
The American flag and the national anthem are symbols that represent our country. Even if some police officers are racist jerks, it doesn't make sense to protest those particular jerks by demonstrating against the country as a whole.
That's not... So this is what pissed me off about this lady, and I brought it up. Oh my goodness, so many goddamn... So much is that it's one word, guys. So if you say two words, it's not it. Your flat sucks, and so does your national anthem. Yeah, not pressing the flag or the anthem, you dumb bitch. That is exactly right. So actually, when I was writing this script, I really did not want to go full out like. I didn't want to call her a bitch, and I really did. It was really hard to not do that because she really is a bitch. But I felt like in this particular case, actually calling her a bitch would take away from what I wanted to talk about. I feel like people would right away be like, no, you're obviously just throwing out ad homs and all that. Hey, Miles Davis, thanks for joining us. The French have the best anthem tune, do they? I don't know. I don't know. You know what? I'll talk about this guy in a second. So yeah, I really didn't want to, but she's entirely mischaracterizing this whole thing. Just to make a point, and it's really sad because it's really not. She is a rude and condescending bitch. She is, and like I said, I really didn't want to write it. Rhett, the chat is discriminating again. You have written too many posts. Edit and try again later. I'm sorry. Hey Adam, nice to see you, man. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, that's actually something I can't do anything about. So I have chat, and Fino, I did offer you to become a moderator, so you wouldn't have to worry about this. So that's still up. If you want to be a moderator, Fino, you don't have to do anything. I don't expect you to work. I just expect you to hang around, and it'll pretty much just get rid of the, limit on how often you can post, so you can be like Micro and Jew and just post whatever you want all the time. Along with links, like that matters, and other things. So if you want it, just let me know. I haven't seen the word go by, and I know that Nightbot's working. So, Micro, what are you doing? So yeah, things and stuff. Yes, entirely misrepresent things for no yay power. Okay, I'll take the yay power as a U on it. Okay, so we will fix this if I can fix it. Oh my goodness. Where are you? Oh my goodness, why is this so hard? Mouse, work, please. Goodness gracious, why am I struggling with this so much? Fino. Oh my goodness. I entirely just broke like all of my internets. Sorry, Fino. I'm trying to get you. Somebody make Fino a thing. No, you can't. Yeah, you guys can, I think. Add moderator. There we go. Fino, you're a moderator. So Fino can it's Parano, you have to do Riley Flatty. Yeah, anybody can actually bring up the Riley vote as well. So you just have to do exclamation mark Riley, and that'll bring up the Riley vote. So you can vote for Riley. Everyone go vote for Riley. So yeah, there's that. So Fino, you should be okay now to post whatever. No, it's not today's word. So we're kind of nowhere near it yet. What other hint could I give you for today's word? It's what no one is looking at it's how no. It's how no one is approaching this problem. There it is. Miles Davis, don't forget, you can go vote for Anthony Riley for Dumbfuck of the Year award. So, you know, go do that. There's a link going up, and someone else will get there. So go vote for Anthony Riley. We need that. Done it. Vote again. You vote as many times as you can. Intellectuality. There we go. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. So yes, we mischaracterized the protests once again for the sake of not actually arguing against the actual problem.
Martin Luther King Jr. protested discrimination against blacks on city buses by boycotting city buses.
This is one that I really wanted to talk about. Hey, EOE. How's it going, man? Because this is stupid. Because this is genuinely missing the entire mark about what Martin Luther King was doing. Martin Luther King wasn't just protesting city buses. His whole thing was about discrimination. So boycott the police, yeah. Like, you don't even understand what Martin Luther King was doing. His thing was not, he wasn't just angry at buses. Do you think that Martin Luther King would have stopped at buses and just been like, okay, now that buses let black people sit wherever they want, I guess America is fine, and just go away? No. He wasn't protesting buses. He also translated the Bible into German and split the church in two. Wrong one. Is she injured in the head? She might be. So isn't it the same? People protest abuse under the American flag by boycotting the American flag. I suppose what's one way of looking at it, Fino, is that's what they're doing. But the bigger picture of what Martin Luther King Jr. was protesting was not simply city buses. He was protesting injustice in general. And she entirely just misrepresents what he was trying to do. King was boycotting culture, not buses, for fuck's sakes. Yeah. And he nailed oh Gio. Yeah, she's seriously deficient in the reason hormones. Yeah, a little bit. As a black woman, I'm going to whitewash Jewish history. I don't actually think she's white. And that might be I might be wrong on that one. I looked her up a little bit, but I don't remember too much about where she is from. So someone else can look it up. I think she's Hispanic. I don't think she's black. Mostly from her last name. Skeptically, ooh, we're getting there. We're getting there. With scientific and skeptically, we're kind of getting there. I will throw in. I don't think I've used it so far. If I use it, I'll let you know. She looks black. She does. I don't think she is. Someone, like I said, someone can look it up. Didn't you have a photo in your quickie icon? Yeah, it's still there. She's some sort of hip hop something or another. She's a recording artist something. There's a difference between Hispanic and black. Yes, Chio. There is a difference between Hispanic and black. She has an afro, for fuck's sake. I suppose. Okay, fine. You know what? I guess I will look this up. But she's got a Hispanic last name. I don't think she's an immigrant, so that makes life a little bit. She's from Orange County, California. Singer, songwriter, early life. Villa was born in Orange, California. Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. God, that is a hell of a identification. She identifies with a multicultural background of African American, Italian, and Choctaw Indian. Whoa, I did not know that. Her father, Reverend Joseph Villa, was Italian American and Argentine American, and her mother, Mildred Angela Pierce Valles, was African American and Choctaw Indian. So holy shit, she's like all sorts of not white. She's got a lot. she checks off all the minority check boxes. Oh, thank you, Fino. Yeah, so she's a Native American whitewashing MLK. She's an African American. She is black, I guess. I identify as an upside down fire engine. I still like Red's rhetoric, which is experimenting and forensically is going too far away from it. You were closer before. You kind of moved away. So Joy Villa is mix of all disparages races in the U.S. Yeah. She is racist, and I will gladly say that she's racist. I think I kind of called her a bigot, and I might have called her tactics racist, but she's definitely racist. She is. And before anybody says that thing about racism being a thing about power and stuff, no, that's not a thing. You're allowed to be racist if you're a minority. Well, not allowed to. I shouldn't say you're not allowed to. You can be racist. It's actually trying to find the word. We're getting close. How many races does it take to change a light bulb? She has enough race cards to play poker. She does. She'd win. She'd win the race cards there. She's got all the minorities. So how many races does it take to like change a light bulb is the question right now. It's close to intellectually scientific research. I wouldn't go the research route, Guy the Incognito. It's close to intellectually and scientific. None, they just buy a slave and do the work. Oh. But not blackjack, yeah. Oh, all the great jokes today. So yeah, so most of this video, which is not surprising because this is Prager U, right? Most of this video is an entirely misrepresentation of not slavery. It wasn't an institution. It's a way of looking at things. How about that? So fair is like a way to look at things. Fairly is a way to look at things. So you're getting closer there. It's a way of looking at things. It's not an institution. Not stupid. So yeah. So most of this video is just an entirely misrepresentation of what is going on. A skewed perspective, warped perspective. Oh, okay, reasonable perspective. We're getting there. Objectively deluded. We're getting there. Oh, I found it. Oh, not view. All right, let's watch a little bit more, and then we'll take our break, and I'll let you all try to figure this out more in the chat.
He never denigrated the flag or the anthem.
Yeah, I don't think he did. You got an error? No, I don't think you got an error. You're fine. You got an error. I don't think it. Yeah, I don't think it was Nightbot. I don't think he did. I'm not sure if. I mean, but I also don't think that people taking a knee are denigrating the flag or the anthem. And even if they were, like, even if that is the case, even if they are denigrating it, whatever the hell that means to an inanimate object, I'm always still stuck in the who cares the side of things. Like, I don't care. Neither should anyone else care. It's kind of stupid that we even have to think about that we might care. Like, it doesn't matter if he has or hasn't. They do or doesn't. I am definitely in the they didn't leave, so they weren't against the flag or nor the anthem. Some have actually paranoid. So to correct you a slightly bit there, well, they didn't leave necessarily. There were some football players refused to come out of the locker room during the national anthem, so they just refused altogether to participate in the event. But that's about denigration, hurting my feels and makes me feel confused and small. Yeah, and that's actually one of the things that I really should have hit more on, is that there's a lot of that. There is a lot of social justice warriorness to her. There is a lot of this, my feelings are hurt, therefore they are more important than the rights of anyone else. And it's really funny because she's part of the same group. She's a big Trump supporter. It's part of the same group that often criticizes, and I think rightfully criticizes people for thinking that their feelings are somehow more important than the liberties of someone else. And yet he or she is doing the exact same things. Her feelings are hurt. She doesn't think it's right. And therefore, whatever, therefore it's wrong. And she would gladly criticize, any social justice warrior type for talking about their feelings. She would say that that's, they're being a snowflake or whatever. Fleffers are the same. All humans feel this, but the smarter ones best back up that caveman feeling. It's true. No, it's true. I'm not. Yeah, like I know that I criticize her for that, but it's true. We all have, we all get our feelings hurt. Which I honestly think it's okay. It's okay if you get your feelings hurt. Like there's nothing wrong with you for being emotional. The important part is that you don't think that your emotions are somehow more important than liberties. That's all. Emotions are for the weak. Like, yeah, and I'm not going to pretend like I don't have feelings. Oh, Adam doesn't have feelings, morally. Oh my goodness, we have people still trying for the word. Again, by her logic, MLK protested the sun because the protested during the day. Yeah, she's got some wonky logic here. Oh, okay. So, sorry, had to take a drink of beer. Gio, not enough masturbation leads to fingers that don't stick. What? I don't even want to know. Wankly. So it's okay, let's see. I feel like if I use that word, it would be too close to it. It's something. So I already said something that we're not doing, or that people looking at this aren't doing. Oh God, I don't know if I'll have to think of another hint. I don't think I have one right now. Racially, no, they're not doing it. So they're not. People aren't looking at this in this way. People aren't taking a blank look at this problem. Yeah, let's go with that. So we're yeah. If fill in the blank for that sentence, and you'll kind of get there. You'll get really close to that. You think I got it? Okay. All right. Let's see. Little other clip. And then we'll take a break.
In fact, he did the opposite. He argued that the people who oppress blacks are the ones denigrating the flag and what it stands for.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess I agree with you. So, this is kind of a weird one. Because you're right. People who oppress blacks are, I think, denigrating the flag. And I would say, in this case, that people who are, people who she flipped the script, R&D. She did. So yeah, because I would say at this point is people who try to shame or force people to stand for the anthem, denigrate the flag. I think they are the ones who are actually not standing by what the anthem is saying. She's arguing her straw man, not the actual protest. Oh yeah. Does she keep it in her purse? No, I don't know. Oh, no, unbiased. Run part of speech, guys. She's arguing her, yeah. So Marco, don't add question marks, because I'm not sure Nightbot is smart enough to know that. People are not taking a look at this. There we go. Yeah. So you have to find it. I got the tense a little bit wrong there, but you should, once you get the word, you'll be pretty good. I think if you were to fill out that word, it would give you the past tense of the word, and you just need the present tense of it, or the non-tense of it. I don't think Nightbot cares about capitalizing. I don't think, and I haven't seen it go by yet. So So I haven't. No one's said it and had Nightbot missed it. So that's where we are. Objective's been guessed a couple of times. Objective view on these has been good, open. All right, so we are going to take a break. Oh, we got it? No, we got caps. We got caps. Oh, that was cool. That was close. Neutral. Oh, we're getting there. All right, we are going to take a quick break. And take a quick break from this. I'm gonna go refill my beer, and then we'll be back and we'll talk more about this. And I'll keep an eye in the chat, and if it comes up, we'll see. All right, and we're back. So I see we're still trying. Cat and eggs are definitely not it. Mouse, no. We're I mean, we're getting there. I see some good guesses. But it's not quite there. Pensive. Maybe I picked too hard of a word this time. Penis? No. Oh, did I get more beer? I did get more beer. More of that same that 6% beer. Hey Sean, how's it going? Thanks for joining us, Sean. The question right now is, there is a secret word. We have a secret word today, and we have to figure out what that word is. So that's the chat's problem right there. So I have to figure out what the word is. The word has something to do with my video yesterday. And the sentence that we are trying to fill in was, what was that sentence? It was, people aren't taking, oh my goodness, I can't spell. Aren't taking a blank look at this. Okay, so we're trying to fill in that blank with the word of the week, because we have a word of the week. And if you get the word of the week right, Sean, Nightbot will kick you out for 5 seconds. And then you will know that you got the word of the week correct. Thorough. Oh, Fino. Fino's closest. Fino's on the right track. Everyone should follow Fino. Let's see if he can get it. Penetrating dumb fucks. Oh, good guesses, all of them. But Fino is so far the closest one. So let's see. Complete tough. Ooh. Oh, I think we're gonna get here soon here. Naked. I like naked. Naked's a good one. People are taking a naked look at this. Comprehensive. Oh, there we go. Circle. Detailed. Ooh, we're so close. We're so close. Detailed. Meticulous. Ooh, meticulous is close. Oh my goodness, you guys, you can taste it. Thoughtful, thoughtful is, meticulous is closer. You know, I wish we got that kinky in the show. So thorough is where we're starting off with. If you can figure out that, we'll get there. Pretentious. Deeper. Oh my goodness. Oh, Marcos. Analytical. Deeper. Deeper in a non-kinky way is getting closer. Oh goodness. This show really goes downhill quick sometimes, doesn't it? Rigorous. Oh, we're getting there. Oh my goodness. Kinky. Long. All right, so I'll let the chat keep guessing, and we're gonna watch a little bit more of this guy or this woman. But we are very, very close. You guys, this is the closest we've been. 10 inches. Oh no.
And what does it stand for? Ironically, it's the protesters themselves who give us the answer. It stands for freedom. The fact that you can disrespect the anthem and the flag proves that you're free.
Yeah. Ooh, extensive. We're getting there. Gio, so just freedom. Hypocritical. No, not hypocritical. That's a little bit off the mark there. So just in case you're trying this, Gio, you can't actually edit the word of the week. I made sure of that because I figured one of you would try to cheat your way through it. There are no commands that anyone but me has access to change the spam filter. So the spam filter's still there, but you can't access it, Gio. Yeah, I thought ahead, Gio. I knew what you were gonna do. Critical. We're close. Protest is the most patriotic Americans can do. Agreed. It is. I would thoroughly agree. Sean Hufford, you are retired military, right? You let me know how you feel about this issue if you're still here. Progressive and rational, a little bit too off the mark. Go back towards where you were. Remember, the one that hit it off was thorough. Oh, scrutinous. People aren't taking a fucking look at this. Unfortunately, people are, which is the problem. But, Sean, so we are looking we are talking about the NFL players taking a knee during the national anthem at NFL games. That is what my video is about. I think if I remember right, you are retired military. Do you have any personal things that you would like to share? Feel free to not, because I understand if you don't. Bitch be whacked. Okay. That works. I've had a very varying degrees of responses to this issue from a lot of my military friends. Some of them really, really care, and a lot of them really, really don't care. I've had people who are like, I will stand for the national anthem regardless, but you know, because of whatever. Detailed. Oh, micro's close. Micro's closed. Oh, micro. Meticulous. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. So I've gotten a lot of responses, so I was just curious about yours. Yeah, yes, they can actually do this, and that's actually, and I kept bringing this up, and I did it purposefully. There was a very, there was definitely a purpose to me calling it a peaceful, lawful protest all the time, and that was that comprehensive is close. Ooh, you think R&D is fucking with us? It might be. I'm gonna just make you all do this for the rest of exhaustive. Oh my goodness, you guys are so close. Whoa. I should give you the first letter. But I feel like if I give you the first letter of the word, it would give it away too quickly. Patriotism is one thing. Blind patriotism another. Blind patriotism leads to dictatorships. I would think you're right. And the funny thing is, she'll bring it up in a little bit here. I never put my hand on my chest for the national anthem. I am a veteran. I stand at attention and salute if outside. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do that, Dr. Phobos, that they'll stand at attention outside. I work because of my job. I work with a lot of military families, Air Force, exclusively Air Force, because I live. Omaha is right next to Offutt Air Force Base. So, and because of my job, I work with families who have TRICARE, which is military health insurance. So I work with almost exclusively Air Force. Air Force, there's other branches. So I work exclusively with Air Force families, and I have seen that because the Bellevue, which is the town near me, they play the national anthem every day at like 4 or 5 o'clock through the loudspeakers, and the bass will play it. And so I've been in homes where the whole family will just stop everything, and usually it's the whoever is serving will actually go outside or stand at attention when it is playing. So that happens. I don't remember if it happens daily or not. It might happen daily, but that's it. Retreat, then the flag is brought down. Yeah, thorough going. Oh my god, you guys are really close. Painstaking. Oh, you guys are so close. You guys, you can taste it. I know you can taste it. You're so close. So Dr. Phobos, how do you feel about this? I've already asked Sean. How do you feel about this particular protest? Do you feel, yeah, how do you feel about it? I don't want to ask any leading questions. I don't want to do that thing that's a thing that I forget what it's called. Begging the question. I don't want to beg the question. So I want to know how you feel about it. And you might, it's okay to disagree with me. I'm not gonna get my feelings hurt. Just tell the first letter, you wank face. All right. The first letter is N for Nancy. So it's an N for Nancy word. That I do love that insult. I gotta say that is a very good insult. Is wank face. I don't think I've ever been called that. Since oh, Paranor's kind of got it. Paranor, you gotta do the present tense, and you gotta spell it correctly. What are both of those things? Nitpicky. Since the protesting is a stance of government, then they have the right. It may be respectful. Nuance. There we go. Oh, but Nightbot calls Micro the first one to get it. Woo! I do want to kind of give it to Paranor, because Paranor kind of figured it out before everyone else. But there you go, Nuance. Nuance was the word of the week. Fucking spelling, who needs it? We used that one ages ago. I don't think you did. I mean, Nightbot. That's why I set up Nightbot to do it, because Nightbot's got it. Yeah, I think someone misspelled. If somebody used Nuance a while ago, it was misspelled. Oh, good job, everybody. Good job. Nuance look is not correct. I said it would be in the wrong tense. Oh. But congratulations. Congratulations, Micro. You win 100 internet points to do as you with. Alright, so Dr. Phobos, thank you for sharing, my friend. I support their right to protest. I don't agree with their reasons because this isn't racist country, and I don't like that the way they're doing it. But there you go. Okay. Which I think is actually better than what I've heard a lot of people who disagree with. So like I've said earlier, I have friends who are in the military. You know, microblogging is 100 bitcoins. All right. Then I have a lot of friends who are in the Air Force. Or retired Air Force, I should say. I don't think I have any friends in the Air Force, but I have friends who are retired No, I do. Take it back. But who are Air Force. And I have one friend who, in particular, came out on Facebook when this was really big. And he said, you know, I'm retired Air Force. I was in the Air Force for X amount of years. Yada yada yada. While I wouldn't take a knee myself, I'm okay with other people doing it. So I brought this up when I was talking to someone else and said, hey, you know what? I have this this one friend who disagrees with you, right? And he outright said he's not a true patriot. And I brought it up like, you know, this is one of your comrades. This is somebody who, if you guys had been, you know, stationed together, you would have worked together. But he's not patriotic entirely because he disagrees with you on this. Colin Kaepernick is a pathetic individual who can't play football and seems to be doing it because he has no talent rather than actual reasons. I guess. Hey, it's Size Strike. I told you Size Strike would show up. We were talking about you, Size Strike. I don't. So that was something that Joy Villa brought up was that Colin Kaepernick can't throw. I don't know football at all remotely. Do I understand football? So I have absolutely no reference for if he's good or not. Like, I really don't. I really don't. So he might generally be a terrible player, and I would have absolutely no idea if he is. Hey Andy DeWitt, thank you for joining us, friend. We appreciate you being here. It's hand eggnog football. It's true, but I am completely ignorant on that behalf. Somewhere someone understands statistics and the playing of the balls and stuff. You know, good for them. And if they can tell me, if Colin Kaepernick is actually a good player or not, I would appreciate that. On my own, I'm gonna say that I'm completely ignorant of it. So that's where I stand. Is I don't know. He might be terrible. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Doesn't matter if he's a terrible player. Someone's opinion and their wise based not on liking an action is just what the Prager video is doing. I will agree with that. I think when Prager used it, it was very much in the stance of it was very much an ad hominem attack. It's very much he sucks at football, therefore we should kind of ignore what he says. Again, I don't know if he actually sucks at football. So either way, it does, to me at least, it came off like it did come off as a ad hominem attack more than anything else. So that's my opinion. Footy, kick, run, ball. Yeah, I've recently become aware that not all parents think the same. I've had an unfortunate rude awakening with someone who had worked directly with in German that disappointed me. Yeah, I've had a couple of, you know, it happens when we talk to people about things that we realize that we're not as in sync with people as we thought we were. Look, the military is there to protect the rights of people in the country. Everyone has the right to peacefully protest anything they want, no matter if you agree with it or not. I think they were disrespectful about it, but they have the right, and it didn't break any wrong. Yeah, that's fine. One of the things that I brought up is like, is that it hurt someone's feelings or someone found it disrespectful, and that's fine. If you've like, and maybe I did a poor job at characterizing that, because I do actually think that, you know, having your feelings hurt is a legitimate reason to be upset about something. And if you have your feelings hurt or you feel that something is being disrespected, those are legitimate feelings to have. But that doesn't. But in this whole thing, I don't know why disrespect or somebody's feelings have anything to do with it. And I very much so stand on this was a peaceful, lawful protest. So what do I care? And I brought up guns in the video as well, because people do that. And I've talked about this, is people will often do sort of these peaceful, lawful protest in the we'll do these kind of peaceful, lawful protests just because they can. So there's what's it called? Photography is not a crime. There we go. Look, that's a YouTube channel. Photography is not a crime. And I think they abbreviate it, so it's PNOC. Photography is not a crime. They do this a lot. Well, they'll stand around, or they'll go to like the front of military bases, and they'll take pictures of it. And they'll take pictures surrounding the area, or they'll go to police stations, or out not inside of police stations. They'll stay out, you know, across the street from police station, and they'll stand around and take pictures, entirely because they are doing a lawful, peaceful activity. They're not doing something illegal, and they're not doing anything that is harming anybody. And they do this entirely to get the police out. To talk to them, like to try to get in there, you know, to try to get out there and talk to them about that. And if you agree, and the police come out pretty much being like, you know, we don't know what you're doing, it's kind of weird, but at the same time, they're not doing anything illegal, and they're being peaceful, like they're not actually committing a crime. And so that's, you know, I agree with that kind of protest. Like, I have no problem, and someone might say, well, they're wasting the police's time by having them come out and talk to them. But at the same time, it's their right to be out there taking pictures lawfully and peacefully. For anyone white opposing the protest, try being black and driving at night with tail light out. You might get shot. Hard on sleeve. So That's another thing that I wanted to sort of talk about with this woman is her lack of empathy seems to come from her lack of experience with the problem. And I know people have sort of criticized me in the comments section that, you know, there is no oppression of black people, which I entirely disagree with. But it's this thing that unless you've actually experienced it, it's hard to sort of know what it's like. Personally, I mean, I have experiences where I've been made uncomfortable by because I'm not white, I'm brown. I've been made uncomfortable by the way that people look at me, but more so one of these days, one day I was out, I was heading out to the gym in my apartment complex when I saw that there was police on my property, on the property that I live on. There was a couple of police sort of hanging around our basketball courts, and they were talking to somebody. So I went over there, and I went over there to just keep an eye on things. So I just sort of hung around, but I hung back. I didn't want to get in the police's way, and I didn't know what was going on. And after the police had left, I walked up to the fence, because I started hearing crying. And what I found in the middle of this basketball court was this young man. He was younger than me. He was early 20s. This black guy in tears, just like in the fetal position in the middle of this basketball court, just terrified as all hell. Absolutely scared to shit because he had just had the cops called on him because he was outside with his dog. And the dog was kind of loud and rambunctious and all that, and but he was legitimately scared out of his mind. And he, this is a grown ass adult sitting in the middle of a basketball court actually crying. And then I hung around with him for like a good solid hour and a half and just talked about this because it really did get to him that, he himself wasn't sure what was going to happen at the end of this interaction. He was scared for his own life. And I had never seen that. I have never experienced that myself. I've never really been to the point where, I've had cops sort of interact with me, but I've never been to the point where I've been like, oh shit, might have to worry about my safety. Hey Richard. So after seeing that, my whole outlook about how police interact with minorities changed. And that there for me was my eye-opening experience, that even if I don't understand why someone might be afraid of the cops, watching actually somebody be afraid of the cops made a big difference, because you don't have to know. Bye Micro, thanks for stopping in. And so, like, regardless of whether you think it's a good fear or it's a rational fear to have or an irrational fear to have, people still have it. And it can't just be ignored. It can't just be you look at statistics, you're not statistically likely to get shot, because it's not a rational fear. It is a slightly irrational fear, because they're right. You're right. You're probably not gonna get shot, but in the moment, how do you explain that to somebody? You can't just tell somebody who's afraid. Hey, stop being afraid. Here are all the statistics. That's not how fear works. But is it all cups? No, Adam, and I'm not saying that it is all cups. Goodbye, Marcos. Have a good night. And I'm not saying that it's all cops. What I'm saying is that this fear exists, regardless of whether it's a rational fear or you think that it's a rational fear or not a rational fear. This fear exists, and to pretend like it doesn't isn't helping anybody. To pretend to just this would be like having somebody who's arachnophobic and just being like, hey, the chances of you dying from a spider bite are really low, so don't worry about it, isn't going to work. And that's what I'm trying to say, is you can't just try to be like, statistics, look at statistics, stop being afraid. It's still in their minds. It's still in people's minds to be afraid, regardless of how true it is. And ignoring it isn't actually helping the problem. That's sort of my take on that when it comes to even what Joy Villa said when she was like, it's rare. Granted, I sort of took the statistic route to it, but it's if you're afraid. Oh yeah, and retcon effect. I think you're right. The fear is being exacerbated by the news. I don't like. There's a lot of things going on. Like, right, it's not just one thing that sorry, excuse me, let me take a drink. It's not just one thing that is causing this problem. I'm not saying that there is, it's just the police who are making people afraid of them. It's not just the news. It's a combination of things. But at the end of the day, you can't just go up to people and be like, look, statistics, you'll be fine. Fear doesn't work that way. I believe, I wish fear worked that way. I really wish that you could just tell somebody, look, you shouldn't be afraid, and they would stop being afraid. But that's not how fear works at all. Like, it's not remotely. Again, someone might be entirely terrified of sharks, and you can show them all the statistics showing that the likelihood of them being attacked by sharks or being killed by sharks won't happen, but that won't stop them from being afraid. This works for all fears. I'm not just talking about fear of the police. This works for all fears. This would work fine. If you're afraid of flying, you can't show them, hey, statistically, this is the safest part of your trip. You can say that all you want. At the end of the day, if someone's afraid of flying, they're afraid of flying. And so I don't like this tactic of just trying to pretend like you can just get rid of people's fears by showing them statistics. And it looks like the chat got rather heated. So I have been robbed once in my life when I was 16, and I was by 2 white guys. And so, if we go with the stats, I can claim that one of the robberies are done by white guys. That's true. I mean, I've had, I really guess I wasn't mugged because I didn't take anything, but, I mean, I'd been assaulted. That seems like a strong word. I had I had my ass kicked by people out in public, mostly for being the smart ass that I am. And it was a black guy, but I still don't, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like they're the only criminals in the world. But a stat means Jack's squad can be skewed by the study participants, I suppose. All right, we're going to have a small intermission, a second small intermission, because I am apparently drinking far faster than I should be. So, we will get back to this in a second. Chat, don't murder each other. All right, thank you for that quick little break. All right. Uh oh my goodness, we have a lot of chat going on. Yeah, getting your ass kicked for being a smartass is not as much fun as one would think. I guess I could tell that story. Pretty much, I was heading home rather drunk, way more drunk than I should be. Which is why I was walking home. So I was walking home. I was maybe a block away from my house. And where I lived in Wisconsin, it was, you know, it's a relatively small city, so walking wasn't all that bad. I was walking home, and this big black guy comes up to me, just randomly on the street, and is like, "Hey, where are you going?" And I'm like, well, I'm going home. You know, I'm just gonna keep walking home. That's what I'm up to. And to which he tells me, I was like, "Oh, all right. I guess you can do that. I guess I'll let you go." And any sober person would have been like, "Cool, thanks," or whatever. "I'm off, you weirdo." Maybe not have said weirdo, but have said whatever. Just let it go. Me, being the slightly drunk smartass that I am, was pretty much like, "No, fuck you. Who are you to tell me what to do? Fuck you. I can do whatever the fuck I want. If I want to go, I'll go. If I don't want to go, I won't go." Very, very drunkenly. The guy looked annoyed at me, and I was like, I was just like, "You know what? I'm sorry, man. I'm just, drunk." And he just kind of kept staring at me, and then eventually I'm like, "What? Well, like, what's going on, man? Like, what are you doing?" It's just like, and eventually it was just like, What are you gonna do? You're gonna mug me or something? Like, what's this?" And then at that point, I took a right hook to the left side of my face. I had to get 3-4 stitches, something like that. I had to get stitches. Split my lip right open, knocked me on my ass, because I'm a little Mexican guy who does not do well in fights. So that's been my one like fight that I've gotten. Well, I shouldn't even say I gotta get into fights, because I do get an unfortunate amount of fights. But that did not go as well for me as it should have. And mostly because I was a smart ass. I don't like. Yeah, that's my story. I don't know why I told the story, but that's it. So yeah, that's what happens when you're a small mouthy Mexican guy. You get your ass handed to you. All right, so I recommend. Okay, so we got people. You know what? I should do this to Psystrike. Because Psystrike, I know you. So Psystrike, you're a moderator. That don't think you have a job. It just means that you can type as much as you want without having to worry about it. So, type away. That's it. So I will. There's a lot in the chat. I'm not sure I can get around to reading all of it. So we will watch a little bit more. I will piss off more of you, and then we will move on.
Anyone who doesn't stand for the anthem would do themselves a favor if they studied some current events. They'd learn that oppressive countries don't allow anyone to publicly disrespect national symbols.
MAGA is a slapping people with stupid red hat. Oh, goodness. Like in North Korea, that you can't disrespect the flag or whatever without getting your head shot at. Without getting shot. So, I mean, she's right, which is why we don't have that, which is why we have the right to be disrespectful to things. Adam, I don't think I'm a racist, but I also don't believe in oppressing of minorities, only nasty individuals. Oh, you don't believe that the minorities are oppressed? Is that what you're saying, Adam? If that's what you said, let me know. Yeah, that's the thing I don't understand, because she's, you're right, Wonder Toad, so let's just be like them is pretty much what she's saying. So people tend to not put as much validity into peer pressuring others to do what you want. Like, to her, as long as you are not being forced by somebody else to do something at gunpoint, you're okay. But to me, you know, forcing people to do things by peer pressure, or just being like calling them off as horrible people just because they don't agree with you, and having this whole campaign about calling anybody who remotely disagrees with you as unpatriotic or somehow against your country is just, I mean, maybe not just as bad, but it gets pretty close to the just as bad as shooting, you know, as pointing a gun at them. Because I don't, like, what is that, like, you're trying to accomplish the same thing, you're just using different means to do it. The only thing you are changing is how you are trying to get this task done, which is by shaming, or pretty much by shaming, and in some places like Colin Kaepernick, and even what Trump said about it, which is by firing players who refuse to stand by the pledge. I mean, you're threatening them with action, actions that are detrimental to them. You know, losing your job sucks. This is a fairly emotional topic. You are correct, Dr. Phobos, which is why I do these every once in a while, to keep everyone on their toes. Did Adam answer my question? I didn't do it. I don't believe minorities are oppressed by the majority. I don't think some people or individuals are racist. I will disagree with you, and I'll disagree with you here in a second. But yes. Oh, I guess I can, because whatever. So, for example, there are studies that show that if you are black, you are more likely to get a longer prison sentence than if you are white. For that matter, if you are a male, you are more likely to get a longer prison sentence than if you are a female. There's a lot of statistics that would disagree with you, Adam, that minorities are still oppressed. And while it might not be in the law books to legally oppress people, or to be legally allowed to oppress people, the systems are not perfect, because systems aren't perfect. Human systems aren't perfect. So, you know, it's still in there to oppress people, even if it's not written into the law itself. So that's my take on that. Some people do react emotionally. Yes, I just jumped on a different thread than what I meant. Oh, okay. You guys are still talking. Half of Europe still awake seems. Yeah, am I keeping half of Europe awake? Awesome. So, yeah, this is gonna be over. You know what? It's legal to discriminate against felons. That is also true. I am not a fan at all, remotely, of the legal system in the U.S. I think the legal system in the U.S. is absolute shit. Period. It's absolute crap that they don't pay them shit for the work that they do when they do like work stuff. It's the living conditions that they have. It's the whole thing. This whole thing is kind of terrible, and I'm not at all not at all a fan of it. These people are employees of football teams who are representative of businesses, and their actions reflect on the business. If the business feels the need to fire them, then okay. I did probably. Dr. Phobos, I actually do agree with you on that. Wholeheartedly agree with you. I have absolutely no. Well, I shouldn't say I have no problem. Hobbsy. I do have a problem with businesses doing that personally, but I understand that they have every legal right, and it is their business, and they're allowed to run it as they well please. If whatever the is this a team, the Dolphins, right? The Miami Dolphins. If the Miami Dolphins decided to fire players who were taking a knee, it is well within their rights to do that. And that's okay. I mean, it's not okay. It's like, it's okay legally. What I really have a big problem with is probably the biggest problem with is when the president of the U.S. actually encourages that action, because in a way, the president is encouraging censorship. The president is encouraging is promoting people not being able to do the rightful thing, the things that's within their rights. That I have a big problem with. That's just me personally. Humans aren't perfect. I agree. Maybe the judges had sentences are from a time era where racism was less frowned, scorned. Individuals, they are more likely to sentence a murderer with tougher sentences. Yeah, but my only reason to bring that up, Adam, is to show you that because the systems aren't perfect, there's still oppression in our systems, and they may not be built in the same kind of way that Jim Crow laws were kind of written, but that doesn't mean it's gone, right? That's kind of my point. Liberalism is a big problem in America. The snowflakes are destroying America. I half agree with you there, Loose Lips. I do agree with you that snowflakes are destroying America, but I think that snowflakes are not exclusively liberals. I think that there are just as many snowflakes on the conservative end of things as there are on the liberal end of things. For example, there was recently Trump came out with I don't remember if it was a tweet or just a statement, pretty much saying, "Hey, the war on Christmas is over. You can now say Merry Christmas," or whatever. Like, that is some snowflakey ass shit right there. There's no fucking war on Christmas. There's never, it'd be understandable if Obama had been like, we're banning anybody saying Christmas or Merry Christmas. But he did. He throughout all eight of his years, he said Merry Christmas. Like, it wasn't something that was banned. It's not something that's banned in the public. It's not something that is banned in stores necessarily. Every store is allowed to decide what they want to say. And, if they want to say, Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, that's fine. But you have all these conservatives who get their panties in a twist over people saying Happy Holidays. So I think that snowflakeism is kind of a thing that's prevalent on both sides of the issue. I don't think it's exclusively a liberal thing. I think that maybe at least from conservatives, liberals get more attention about it, but conservatives get as snowflakey as liberals do about equally stupid things. I personally think that the Joy-Via here is a perfect example of that. She's getting rather snowflakey about people not doing the same thing that she is for 5 minutes. So I agree with you on the snowflakes are destroying America. I just think that it's both sides. I don't think it's a one-sided issue there. And Parano, you are correct. Yeah, fuck Christmas. I am not a fan of Christmas at all. My wife is, so I have to celebrate it. But I personally don't. If I wasn't married, I'm not sure I would actually care much for Christmas. I don't think I'd celebrate it. I don't think I'd really care much for it. It's not something I care about or really like. So, it's I actually really don't like it. I've been avoiding the mall for like a good solid 2 months. Granted, I don't go to the mall all that often, but I've been definitely avoiding it. I don't like Christmas music. I don't like a lot about Christmas. So I can understand that fuck Christmas statement. Let's see. Dr. Phobos, extremes on either side is a danger, but the lefts are on the fast track. Look at the college campuses where it's not okay to be white, male, or conservative. I don't know about that, Dr. Phobos. It's been a long time since I've been in college. On the one hand, I want to say you're right. I mean, it's hard to be at least a conservative. I'm not sure about the other two. It's hard to be a conservative at schools. I think a lot of that college thing is kind of blown out of proportion by the other end of the spectrum. But it is definitely difficult to be a conservative in college. Uh, it is difficult to be a conservative in college. I don't know how much of that is kind of you're concerned. Okay. Okay, well there you go. Like I said, I'm not in college, so I don't know. I don't know, Dr. Phobos. But thank you for clarifying. I don't know how much of that is. I mean, you know, it's the culture of where you are. Like, I don't, like, I can understand sort of colleges as institutions sort of being, almost what like Adam is saying earlier. Like, if the rules about how one acts in college, you know, what is acceptable or not acceptable in colleges, are written in such a way that they're politically neutral, then then I guess it's kind of, you know, then at that point it's a just system, right? Because it's written politically neutral, and the actions that happen at colleges are just, you know, more or less the capitalism of ideas working out. And if for the most part college students want to lean more towards liberalism, that's just the capitalism of ideas saying liberalism is better than conservatism. If you want to take that stand of, as long as the rules are written in a neutral fashion, there is no oppression, then you have nothing to complain about. I think that's wrong, but you know, that's. I'm at the University of Utah. I'm waiting to be written up for microaggressions. Correct. Liberal students are taught to be liberal. I'm not sure they're taught to be. So there's a lot of studies that show that the more people interact with sort of different kinds of people, the more liberal they are. So colleges tend to be a bastion for liberalism, I think. And this is me, you know, and I'm not sure. I'd have to re-look up half of this research. Tend to be more liberal, not because colleges set themselves up to be liberal, but because they are in an area where they are open to ideas that are not that are conflicting. Like there's more ideas in one spot, and when people are faced with that, you find that they become more liberal. You have studies of people, you know, you have studies showing that people are less opposed to things like gay marriage. Granted, that's less of an issue nowadays, but people are less opposed to things like gay marriage if they know somebody who is gay. So I think it has less to do with like, I don't think that there's a system in colleges teaching people to be liberal. It's just that when you have a bunch of people with different ideas, liberalism tends to thrive. And the funny part about all of what I'm the funny part about everything that I am saying now is that I am pretty much using a lot of the arguments that I've heard about oppression and stuff apply to this liberalism. Like, it's not you know, it's not that there's oppression of conservatives at colleges. It's that the, you know, maybe as long as the rules are written to be is that the rules are written in a non-political way, and it's just the, how do I put this? And it's just the capitalism of ideas that is choosing one point over the other. So that's my take on it. I would apply the same logic that you were applying, Adam, to oppression of minorities. I would apply it to I would apply it to college experience, right? It's not that there's a systemic oppression of conservative ideas. It's that there is you know, it's that there maybe apply the same thing. How about that? Apply the same logic that you would apply to colleges. And that's what we'll end this. This has been a very long and interesting conversation, and thank you, each and every one of you, for joining me on this. I personally thoroughly enjoy these kinds of conversations with everybody. I don't think that I have the answers, and I think that I have lots to learn from everyone. Hi, Mango! Nice to see you, Mango. Yay, Mango showed up. Everyone say hi to Mango. You have friends at university who are afraid of being fired for conservative viewpoints. All right, and you know what? I don't think you're wrong about their fears. Just like I spoke earlier about people having fears. I think that their fears are legitimate fears. I do think that they do have legitimate fears, but at the same time, it's you know, I apply the same logic that you were gonna apply to their fears. Just like I spoke earlier about how you can't rationalize your way out of fears. It's the same thing with them. So, all right, I'm gonna end this because otherwise I feel like I could go for like days. This has been an absolutely wonderful Longer and Harder. Thank you everybody for joining me. Once again, thank you each and every one of yous for donating. If you did, donating to Super Chat. Thank you for my patrons, and thank you for watching my videos, because that gets me ad revenue, which has helped me update my software. So thank you absolutely everybody for coming by, and thank you for being so civil in the chat. I gotta thank each and every one of you. I gotta thank each and every one of you for actually being very civil in the chat. I appreciate that. I know that this is a heavy topic, and this is something that gets heated. This is something that gets personal. This is something that gets that people can really get riled up about. So fuck you, Rhetoric and Discourse. Thank you, Dr. Phobos. So, I really do appreciate the absolute civility that you all have shown. I think that is very, very impressive. So thank you all for doing that. And with that, I think that might be it. I think everything else is out of the way. So thank you, everyone. Have yourselves a good week, and I will see you all next weekend, where I'm hoping we will have a game night. Size Strike. We might have a game night next weekend. Hint, hint. Oh yeah, vote Riley. I think Nightbot might have died with all the chat going on. I don't know what happened to Nightbot, but I think he died. Yes. Oh yes. Also, Mango. We might have a game night next weekend. Hint, hint. If you are free, I would. We always appreciate your company. I don't know why Nightbot died. All right. Thank you, everybody. Again, I will see you all next weekend.